The central banks of Britain, Japan, the Eurozone, Sweden and Switzerland have grouped up to assess potential use cases for digital currencies. Talk of such currencies gained momentum after Facebook announced plans last year to introduce a cryptocurrency called Libra (CBE). In the light of such developments, it is evident that those who view crypto as an engine of freedom are losing control of the narrative. Also read, why user experience is crypto as true killer app. The narrative that powers peer-to-peer digital currency. The narrative is an important concept because those who command the narrative are most likely to determine the outcome. Once closely associated with political correctness, the term has gone mainstream in recent years. The narrative is the story of something, an issue, an idea, but it is more than merely relating the facts of a matter. In postmodern philosophy, from which political correctness draws heavily, the narrative creates reality, it creates the facts. The dominant story becomes the culture and the truth of a society. In other words, the narrative defines reality, not vice versa. This is one reason why the left is so preoccupied with the control of words and ideas. Words and ideas control reality itself. Most people use the narrative in a more casual way to mean a story that takes a specific approach or tone. Left-wing and right-wing narratives war with each other on issues, for example. Nevertheless, the term retains some of its original meaning. Giving context and interpretation to an issue does define what people view as true about it. In turn, the general public's perception does influence the events or facts that follow, especially in the absence of a competing narrative. This is why states censor, they want to eliminate competing truths. This process applies to crypto, including the blockchain. The narrative of freedom can define the outcome. When it becomes effective at doing so, censorship is likely. At the moment, there is no need. Again, those to whom crypto is an engine of freedom are losing control of the narrative. Few things are as important to the future of crypto than to reclaim Bitcoin's original vision of financial freedom from what is becoming the dominant context and interpretation, statism. Freedom through decentralization. Happily, freedom enjoys a distinct advantage. The mechanics of crypto favor it strongly. Crypto's decentralization gives economic power to the average person who transfers wealth around the globe at will, requiring only the protection of solid encryption. And yet, the state could win, some believe it already has. Crypto needs a powerful competing narrative of freedom. It needs to remember its roots. Much more than financial freedom is at stake, every other freedom rests upon the ability of people to control their own wealth. Every time some aspect of free market crypto is explored, such a narrative expands and users move closer to independence. Establishing the narrative. At first step in establishing a narrative of freedom is to reject the claim that crypto is simply another investment or money-making tool. Certainly, this is one function of crypto. And for some people, it may be the only function. But this is a comment upon their psychology or motives, not upon the inherent nature of crypto, which exists as a thing apart. The claim is also dangerous. It opens the door to state control because the vast majority of financial institutions are now under its authority in one form or another, and using them tends to legitimize their existence. This is a story that needs to change. By far, the best freedom narrative for crypto is the truth because it withstands scrutiny and has the practical advantage of being backed by reality. The best approach to this narrative is to state the basics of crypto, simply and clearly, and then aggressively build upon them. Crypto is usually discussed in economic, political, or technical terms. But Aristotle claimed that all things are philosophical. That is, the foundation of everything, including technology, is philosophical because philosophy asks the most fundamental questions about a thing. Aristotle's philosophy of crypto-philosophy is not arcane or elite. Classical Greek philosophy used to serve the same function that psychology does today. It taught the principles of how to live a better life. Philosophy can be broken into three broad categories: metaphysics, epistemology, and ethics. Metaphysics deals with the first principles or nature of reality and the relationship between what exists, including abstractions. Epistemology is the theory. You can read full post on CryptoFans News, link available in text below.